Hello, familia. Welcome. My name is MagdalineJanet. If you're new, welcome to the fam. Please don't forget to like and subscribe because we're always here having a good time. And come visit me on TikTok and Instagram because I'm there daily. And of course, welcome back to my oldies with goodies. Familia, I am excited for today's video because I haven't done one of these, well, something fell, in a while. We're going to do my everyday makeup routine with makeup I absolutely love, where I will repurchase. I recommend it 100%. And yeah, let's get started because I don't know how long this video is gonna be. You guys know how much I love to double prime. It varies. I always either use like a matte primer and a poreless, a sticky primer and a poreless, or the sticky primer and the matte primer. It really depends like what I'm in the mood for. Today we're gonna use e.l.f.'s new poreless liquid putty. We're gonna add it right here. You guys already know I did my skincare a while ago. I was having technical issues right now, so it's been maybe like 40 minutes. I'm gonna add this. You always want to let your primers dry down. This way it's activated and it's doing its job. So in this case, we need our pores to be blurred, so that has to dry down to do that job. So I'll be back. All right, moving on with a matte primer. You know I have oily skin, so I like to mattify the skin, primarily like towards the ends right here, around that poreless putty primer. This is just not a matte primer. I feel like it also does a little bit of blurring. It doesn't make the skin feel super dry. It's like this hydrating matte situation. So again, let's let this dry down. While we let the primer sit, I've been loving eyeshadow sticks literally as an everyday eye look because it's super easy. So let's use two because girl, when I tell you this is so easy. You don't have to use an eye primer. I'm adding some here, right? You see, that's easy. You can either blend it with your finger. You're gonna get a brush and just blend it. And look, it just adds a pop. You don't need too much. You don't need to add anything. You guys know I like to add a lot. And then maybe add the inner corner. This is the shade Integrity. You can just add something here. And look, even with the same brush, just blend it so it doesn't look too harsh. Bam. This is more shimmer. When you blend it out, you don't see any glitter. It's kind of this gloss glitter type that just makes your lid look like this, and it lasts all day long. This is like the easiest thing. You don't have any fallout. Girl, game changer. Game changer. This way too, when you're multitasking, like, you know how we're letting our primer dry, the makeup process goes a lot faster, a little on the efficient side, you know? And if you want more depth, you can go in with the darker shade, like this shade right here. I've used it 100 times, so I won't use it today. Or you can use a wing. You know, my everyday wing liner is this Fenty eyeliner. The shade is in Big Truffle, and we're just gonna create a quick wing. Oh, she a long wing. Something that helps a lot and I keep on hand is micellar water and a brush or a Q-tip. Any sort of mess up, you can literally clean it up and you act like it never happened. So in this case, my eyeliner is not as sharp. So let's sharpen it up. And also, I don't have a Q-tip right now, so I'm gonna get my, you guys know I always have a paper towel. I'm gonna get micellar water and just clean up some of that eyeshadow stick that's kind of left over. Because my eye look, I always like it to go more like this as opposed to round. So this is it. The eyes are done. And for every day, I love me a nice little glow. I glow naturally. I have oily skin and it's hot. You know, the skin warms up a lot faster when it's hot. I like just a little bit, just a little bit of love right here, right here. Some people use this as foundation. I always like to use it underneath as a natural sort of glow. And then I'll add some here, some there, and kind of that's it because I don't want to be too glowy. And then I like to get my sponge or a brush, whatever I have, and just kind of blend it out. This is over the primer we just let dry down, and you see it's just like a natural glow. I really love this stuff. It's so good. I feel like the process is going really fast. Okay, next thing is foundation. I kind of busted out a bunch of foundations that I like. Not a bunch, 3. This one, you know, is my holy grail. I really like because it's long wearing. It works for dry skin, oily skin. It's hydrating. It's super pigmented. This foundation is really, truly one of my favorites. I wanted to bring out something new because why not? There's been really good foundations coming out this year, and these two are kind of my fave. Thinking of using this one. I've used a lot already. Let's mix this. This one's pretty matte and pigmented, and then this one's pigmented and hydrating. Let's, ooh. Wow, I'm so discombobulated today. Let's do like a pump, maybe 2. And then this one sort of pump like this is enough, usually. And then you want to make sure you lock this because there's been times I haven't locked it and it kind of goes all over the place. So this is our mix here. Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. And you know, I like to spread my foundation out with my fingers. It gives a nice even application. And because this is everyday makeup, you know, I like my makeup to last long. I do find that blending it out with a brush kind of gives you a bit more longevity and more of a blurred look as opposed to a sponge. I like a sponge. A sponge is really good if you're really in a rush. You can really go quickly and blend out very fast with the brush. I mean, with the sponge. With the brush, it does take more time. You will get a more blurred and full coverage look. You know, I love me a good full coverage beat. I always like to get my sponge after with the brush and just kind of smooth it out like that, you know? And you always want to let your foundation dry down a minute or two. I typically do like 5 or 10 minutes because I have time, but if you don't have time, a minute or two is good. Just let it dry down because this allows it to adhere to your skin, and it also provides longevity when you do that. I was thinking, while we wait for our foundation to dry down, let's do the mascara. You know, I like to do mascara before because I need it to completely dry in order for, at the end of my makeup process, curl. You want to curl your lashes when your lashes are dry so they're not pulled out. I use 3 different mascaras. I know it's a lot, but I promise you this is bomb. You're gonna first use a primer. I use this Lancome one. It's the mini one. I do need to buy a new one. I'm gonna use this till I can't use it anymore, you know? So you're gonna prime your lashes. Prime it well. Really get that product in there. Before it dries, you're gonna go with a volumizing mascara. I like this Fenty one. I find that the Fenty one works the best with this sort of concoction. If you don't have the Fenty, just use any volumizing mascara. This is how this process is gonna work. You're gonna really get in there. Because I have very fine lashes, mascara tends to get super heavy, so you want to get a separator and start separating a little bit. Not too much, but this is all while your lashes are wet. You're going to go back in one more time. Everyone lately has been asking what I do, and this is what I've been doing. Maybe a third time if you feel like you need a little more love. Close that. Then you're gonna go with the lengthening mascara. This is the Lancome. Again, while your lashes are still wet, just 1 or 2 coats, not a lot. And then you're gonna go with your eyelash separator again. If you have fuller lashes, you may not need the eyelash separator as much as I do. I have very fine lashes, and this is how it's gonna be. We're gonna let this dry, and then you're gonna see the end result. It's bomb. I promise you, I've been doing this for like a month and a half now. It's a game changer. It's a game changer. So my mascara routine, a little extra, a little, but it works. I promise you. Everyday makeup means it also has to be kind of quick. So I do find that thick bronzers are truly the quickest. I just use this one, but I wanted to bring it up because, you know, I love this one so much. It's so pigmented. It's 20 bucks at Sephora. It works. Another one that glides well and is super pigmented and creamy is this one from Rare Beauty. I have Happy Soul. Hold on, I have another one. I'm gonna use this one, Always Sunny, because Happy Soul. I'm tanned right now. This is only like a day of a tan. 1 day tan. What am I saying? A day of a tan. You see how creamy that is? We're just gonna do here. A little bit there. You can always skip bronzer, but I really like it because it just makes everything look a little snatched. I do like blending cream bronzers or any sort of cream product out with a brush. I just find that the product kind of stays there nicely. It blends out well. It also blends out a little better than a sponge will blend out cream product. All I'm doing is tapping, and I concentrated at the top because once I blend it, you know how it's gonna come down. You see that? It's coming down a little bit. You want to keep it at the top. Keeping things towards the top is going to give you that lifted look, as opposed to if you put your bronzer here, you blend it out, it ends up here. And a bronzer is going to give your skin warmth. A contour, which is that other shade, you see how it's a little bit more on the gray side? It will create shadows more than anything. This is just going to create a bronze look like you just were out in the sun, especially now because it's so hot. And then done, right? Next is cream blush. If you use like a super pigmented powder blush, you won't need this. I wanted to use this Danessa Myricks in the shade Jubilee. We're just going to add a little bit. This is pigmented too. I also like to use very pigmented product when I do an everyday makeup look because that's most likely makeup I'm gonna wear all day, at least 10-12 hours. A lot could happen in 10-12 hours, you know? All the products I'm using, I'm putting them on the floor so my desk is not completely overwhelmed. You guys know I love a color corrector. I have dark under eyes, so this is just gonna help neutralize that darkness before you go in with concealer. If this is too much and it's not quick and it is an extra step, you can use a very pigmented pigmented concealer that has like a warm undertone or a very neutral or a very pink undertone. When a concealer has a bit of a bright undertone, this one size, you see how it's yellow? This will also do color correcting for you. See how this NARS one, it has like a good neutral, but it's very neutral. It's not too neutral. This may not color correct, but this is super creamy. I really like it. If you put a good amount, let it sit and dry down and blend it out, you will get good coverage. Armani has this new one too that's super warm. It also will do the color correcting for you. These are other options you do have. You don't have to always color correct like I do. I just have it, so I will use it. But if you don't have it, you can also color correct with your concealer. And I like to blend my corrector with a sponge because it gives that thin layer, because the under eyes too, you don't want to cake it up with all kinds of product, because I already naturally use a lot of product in the sense that I like to bake a little bit and put pressed powder in. So talking about concealers, because I color corrected, let's use NARS a little bit. I like to add the most here because this is where the darkness is, right? And then I'll add a little bit here just to clean up anything I may have left there, anything that doesn't look sharp. This area I leave alone because once we blend out, it's going to move that way. We're gonna hit the center of the face a little bit here. I like to grab the nose because the nose crevices tend to just get a little weird, so I always like to add a little more product there. I have a bit of discoloration around my mouth, so I kind of do this triangular shape like this. And of course, let it dry down. Oh, you guys, let's go back to primers really quick while we let this dry down. I really like this Milk Poreless Matte Primer. It really does a poreless matte situation. Instead of going with two primers, you want to use one. This is a good option. If you have oily skin, it does blur nicely and it mattifies. It's not like this deep mattified where it's like, whoa, you look dry AF. No, it's like perfect. And I'm gonna get this BK Beauty brush. I meant to wash it yesterday, but I forgot. A506. I always like to do my concealer after cream, bronzer, and blush because cream products tend to spread. Sometimes it can get out of control, so adding your concealer after is a good way to clean it up if you need any cleanup. I'm going to just blend this out, and then this brush will allow me to stay really kind of sharp here at the end. Now I always like to get like right here in the inner corner because you see it's always like the darkest there. Ooh, this looks good. Makeup's always a back and forth situation, especially if you're new to it or you're rushing or things like that. I do find that going back and forth will help. When it comes to everyday makeup, it also, for me, means efficiency, to just try to multitask and work as quick as possible because most of us have to go to work, have to go to school, have kids. You know, things happen, life happens, and we don't have an hour to sit here. This typically will take me maybe like 20 minutes. If I cut down on the cream products, it'll probably take me 15 minutes. It really depends how comfortable you are with makeup, how often you do it. You know, the more you do something, the better and quicker you get at it. I'm gonna get this powder, even that out. So for my under eyes, I like to use these two powders, but they're too light for my face. I like that bright under eye, which is why I use the lightest shade in Maybelline's powder. If you're wondering why I use different powder, that's why. Okay, and then I'm just gonna get rid of creases because you know those happen. Then as I look up, I'm gonna set down. I'm gonna get my Maybelline translucent powder. Again, even that out, and then we're gonna bake. And then you can look straight ahead because this is how your eyes naturally rest. You can use the same setting powder. You don't have to use 3 different ones like I do. So you can just use a translucent one. I'm gonna use the one size pink powder today. Like I told you guys in my powders video, this is my favorite powder right now. And it's really that girl. And what I'm doing too is just tapping this powder in. You don't want to rub it in because it could move what you already placed and you took time to do. I like to go like this to set my laugh lines so they're not too deep. See me use this bronzer all the time. I really like it. It's the new matte bronzer in the shade Matte Deep Rosy. I'm gonna get this fluffy brush from BK. It's the A507. And we're just gonna tap over that bronzer we already placed, the cream one. This is like a double reinforcement and a double set. When you're out and about, you're wearing your makeup all day, this is gonna stay put. I mean, this bronzer is so good. It really works well on its own. Like, you guys have seen me use this on its own and do wear tests all day long, and it worked very, very well. So again, cream products. You can skip the cream products, but I do find cream products just give me that snatch all day fresh makeup look. This L'Oreal blush, you guys, this is the most pigmented blush ever. Some say it's too pigmented. I don't think it's too pigmented. You just definitely have to go in with a light hand. So this is the new shade Confident Pink. You know, I have the shade Coral and then the deep plum shade. Let's try this one. I'm scared. A little bit goes a long way. And you want to just barely tap. You're going to go like this and then blend out, because you see that pigment? Blend out portion is where you try to get rid of the product, like either get a paper towel. This is how it's going to look blended. And what am I trying to say? I don't know. It's going to look a little more on the blended side when you get rid of the product. That's how I've figured out a way to use very pigmented blushes. I like it because you'll use so little where this will last you a really long time. And we like that for us. Just pressing any sort of powder in, and look, blush looks good. Oh, this is the part where I get excited and it looks super nice, and then here I am with more, and then my blush looks so intense. But okay, we're not gonna do that. Something I like to do well, I love makeup in general. I love to do it all, but what I do like to do is clean up this area here just so that it looks a little cleaner. It looks a little more subtle. It looks blended. I like to use a lot of powders because powders really give you that blurred look. It gives you a mattified look. I personally like a matte look, especially at the beginning, because towards the end of the day, even the middle of the day, your skin warms up and that warmth creates oils. Things start meshing in together. You will need powder though, because powder will set things down, and that helps the non-movement, the being super greasy, the not looking gastada, you know? I haven't used the one size powder foundations, but with one size makeup, we know it's really good. So I have here the shade Medium Dark 3. I'm just gonna get this fluffy brush and start just getting rid of that bake I have on the sides. You can use this, but this will give you more coverage, a little more pigmented. This will give you more of an airbrush sort of look. The wider the brush, the wider the product spreads and the less pigmented it is. Something more compact, you grab it like this and press it in, that will give you more pigment. I always like to just reinforce the steps I already went over without adding more product. I'm just gonna get my bronzer brush and kind of do this motion. My blush. You know, I typically don't use a lot of foundation powder because I'm always wear testing things. The only times I do use it is when I'm not wear testing and I need my makeup to look good all day long, you know? My most favorite eyeliner is this one from LA Girl. It's the shade Super Bright. And I always like to add it here. Look at the brightness it provides. Perfect. But you guys, the other day I was experimenting, as I do, and I have this Essence eyeliner, LA Girl eyeliner. It's more matte and it's more of a long lasting. You'll find it fades because your eyes are watery, you're blinking, you know, all that jazz. I go in with the Essence one over it, and again, it's like this double reinforcement situation where I was like, wait, what? I accidentally did it one time. I'm like, let me see what this is. Does it work? Does it not? You know? Yes. Right? Oh my god, oh my god. When it comes to setting sprays, I go with these two. I really like them. I also like this one from Maybelline and then this one from Rare Beauty. This Rare Beauty one is my jam though, because if you're ever feeling like very powdery, you can add this like in between your makeup steps and it's like bam. I like a matte setting spray. This one's really good. This one's really good. Apparently this one was spraying white, but not mine. Yeah, I saw a few TikToks where it was like the girl's face was completely white. Like, oh my god. I like this one too. This will give you more of a hydrating look. Let's add both just because we're here, but you don't need to. You just need one. I like this mist. So I would say this one's really good for event makeup or makeup if you wear your makeup long periods. I'm not a big highlighting girl. When I'm not wear testing, I like a little glow, you know, and this one from Give, it's very subtle. You're not gonna get this huge glow, but it really warms up to the skin, and throughout the day, that's where it kind of shines. And look, let me show you. I like to just add it here. You see how just subtle it is. You're not really seeing too much. I'm kind of like, I like that. Then you can grab your, look, it's just nice, subtle. I want to do a wear test because why not, right? It is 7:30. Wow, it's early. This took me less than an hour with all this talking too. Okay, let me figure out my lip. You guys, we're gonna do a nude lip. You know how I do. I would be lying if I said that MAC Teddy 2.0 has not been my favorite lipstick. I just love a nude lip. I think it goes well with everything. You can reapply it very quickly. Oh wait, before that, let's curl the lashes. Now that our lashes, yeah, they're nice and dry, this is when you can curl them. The lash grabs that curl well, and all I do is grab it here, maybe hold it for 10 seconds. You don't want your lashes to get stuck onto this because that's where your lashes get pulled out. And look, you see that curl? It's kind of like damp hair. You know, if you put it in a bun, it'll stay damp. It won't completely dry. Same thing here, kind of. And look, you see, lashes are lashing. I'm telling you, these lashes will literally look like this all day long. The way I remember it is primer, volume, length. That's what we get. And then curl. And then a brown lip liner. Back to the lip liner talk. I'm using Hot Chocolate from NYX. Let's go here. On the sides, I like to go straight and then bring it below my lip right here. I don't like to go wide at the bottom. I'll fix it. And then here, I like my Cupid's bow to be a little round. And then I bring the lip line down this way. It looks a little janky, but okay, here we go with MAC. And then you want to go back in and blend it a little. Girl. This brown doesn't really match my eyeliner, but it's okay. This one from Tower 28 that I legit have been obsessed with, you can add it here. This is more brown. This is more chocolate brown, and you see NYX is more red. Either way you can go. Let's add it here. Why not? And then this is more of a pink. Oh, familia, good makeup day or what? Wait, does it look that good? Yeah. You know, sometimes you just don't have good makeup days, but today I woke up feeling good, feeling refreshed, and let's conquer the day, you know? You guys know it's well put together. I just did my sweat-proof makeup video. This one was more like, not as sweat-proofy because it's more of an everyday products I know love work that last all day. If I'm really in a rush, I'll skip all the cream products except for the foundation and concealer, and then go heavily with powders. But this is how the skin looks. You see how subtle that highlight is? My under eye is looking good. You guys know how I feel. My eyelashes, this eyelash routine, it's gonna be my forever lash routine. I love how today's makeup literally just flowed nicely. It's my everyday. It's what I do typically when I'm not filming and I want to look well put together. If you don't like to do a wing, you could skip that. You could skip a lot of steps. I just really wanted to tell you why I like these products and then the process I do to look like this at the end of the day. Still 12 hours later. I can't believe it's as early as it is. Like, I'm still tripping out. I could have swore it was like 8:30. Most importantly is Gastada proof makeup. We're not gonna look Gastadas today. Not today. Should that be the title? Every day, not Gastada look? Let me know. If nothing changes, I will insert the wear test here. Familia, I'm in the carrito. You guys, I got Phil's coffee. I had it yesterday and it was delicious. Okay, let me show you the skin. These spots here is my dirty windshield. But look, you see, look at the skin. Oh, wait, girl. I already have warmth going on, especially like here on my nose. Could be the elf halo glow, but girl. Let's see if we look gastadas. We won't, but you know, let's see. Guess who's back in action? Hello, familia. It's been 10 hours, maybe close to 11. Look, gastada wear. You see the highlight? Oils are coming through, you know, but girl, look. I just added my lip because I was taking my thumbnail pic. And look, this is all you have to do throughout the day. You don't have to wait the 10 hours, or you can do a little touch ruse. Touch up a ruse. Look. Gastada, ¿a dónde? Okay, ciao, back to the outro. Love you guys so much. Let me know what is your favorite holy grail product that you cannot live without. Honestly, I have a lot here, but I would have to say concealer and foundation and blush. I could finagle probably everything else. No, I'm lying, but I need my brows too. Okay, that's a hard question. If you could answer it, let me know because I legit can't even answer it. But yeah, okay, I love you guys so much. Thank you for hanging out with me and spending a little bit of your day with me. Please let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns. You know, I'm always in the comments trying to reply to all the comments. Lately, it's been really hard. But you know, I see you and I love you so much. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, click the button right there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.